Hey miners, Mining King here. Today in this episode I'm going to be doing an unboxing and some of my first impressions of my first helium miner, which is the MNTD, and I got the gold limited edition. So let's get right into it. Alright guys, before I get into this video, if you could please like, share, and subscribe, I really appreciate it, as we're about to hit 500 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for supporting the channel and hitting that like button. I just want to say thank you, and I really appreciate you guys. So let's get back to the video. So I got in the queue for the MNTD, and it was supposed to come with a free SD card upgrade, and somewhere it keeps saying that it's preparing to ship, and that's been like 2 weeks. So I actually had to get my own micro SD with one of these adapters so I could flash and get this thing actually mining and making money here. So MTD, what's up, man? Like, why are you gonna say that you're gonna ship stuff and you say that the product shipped, but you only shipped half of the product? You didn't ship the most important part, which is to ship these cards so that we could get these things working. Because if you don't have the 64 gigs, it ain't gonna mine. So, first impressions right now, a little bit of a letdown. Let me unbox this thing and get a closer look for you guys. Alright guys, so I'm gonna turn this around so you guys could see. This is the MNTD. It's a rack wireless helium hotspot miner. This is the limited edition. So let's open this thing up. Now, I've never opened this yet. I've never had a helium miner, so I know nothing about this. So it looks like we get, I'm assuming, some kind of instructions. So here is our little miner here. So it has a Ethernet right here, and then you got, obviously they put this little rubber grommet over this to protect, obviously, the threads of for the antenna. And this is where I assume you put your little SD card in here, from what I've researched. So I do need to take that apart, and it looks like you have your power and you're probably, I'm assuming, some kind of off and on switch right here on the side. So really basic, looks like it's easy to use. And then we have our this is what it'll look like right here. You got your little, this is your Wi-Fi antenna. Now I have heard, depending on where you live and and what you have around you and how many hotspots there are, there's all these, helium mining has so many factors in it. I may need to upgrade this antenna from what I've read. So I will be doing a profitability, maybe over a couple weeks or maybe a month, just with this stock antenna where I live, and then maybe I will get an upgraded antenna to see if maybe it'll increase my profitability. And then it looks like we have, assuming this is the power supply, so pretty standard power supply, just a little tiny wall plug with a USB. This is a Type C connector right here. Pretty easy, pretty basic. So I will be doing a video. Put all this stuff back in the box here. I'm one of those guys that likes to keep their boxes, and I like to keep everything nice. So let's put everything back in here. So I will be having a video, and I will be doing I guess you could say a breakdown of, how to do this process of opening this up, what tools you may need. I'm assuming you're probably going to use something like Balena Etcher, and you're going to have to download their, something similar to Hive OS, but these guys' operating system, and flash it onto a little micro SD with Balena Etcher. So first impressions, I mean, it looks really nice. It looks like it's easy to use, but like I said, I'm super let down that this was supposed to come with this free upgrade to 64 gigs because it was shown that you can't mine with the 32. So I mean, pretty much until I upgrade this to 64, this thing is pretty much like a $500 paperweight. So keep that in mind. You guys will need to upgrade to 64 gigs. Make sure you watch your shipping from MNTD because it said it shipped, and what it did was it said it only shipped this. And when you go back to your order, you'll see that the SD card is still not shipped. So that's how I found out that it happened. So I will be doing a profitability review. I will also do a how-to video on the, little SD card thing. So let me know if you guys are interested in this kind of content. Well, to kind of like wrap this video up, I'll keep it kind of short. Sorry I didn't get a video out earlier today. I was really busy. I was doing some tent upgrades and things like that, and I reorganized my tent. So stay tuned for that video because I actually set up a proper cold and hot aisle to help improve your guys' cooling in my situation by at least 20 degrees, which is a massive improvement. So stay tuned for that. Some of you might know me. I mostly just GPU mine. I did kind of a Chia miner, and that was a total bust, and it was expensive. So that was definitely not, I would not recommend doing Chia. The reason I got this though is I know the profitability at one point was good, and I know as the price of helium goes down and more miners come online, right? Just like with anything, profitability is down, miners are going up, you know what I mean? The rewards are going to be less. But I'm thinking long term. So this is not financial advice. I plan on holding my helium. It's just going to be to keep my portfolio a little diverse. I want to start saving more of my crypto. That's just me personally and some of the goals that I want to try to reach. The reason I got this particular miner and who might want this particular kind of miner and why. Well, I got it because, the merge is going to happen sometime this year. Nobody really knows, right? I'm just, in my mind, I'm thinking June, right? It could maybe not happen in June, but to me, I'm planning on June, right? So I'm trying to gear myself up in the best position to have other ways to mine and, bring in crypto besides GPU mining, right? Because to me, GPU mining is going to be crazy when the merge happens, so it's probably going to be pretty difficult. So I'm looking for something else. And this is a low wattage. It doesn't have a lot of overhead, so that's why I chose this. So that might be an interesting choice that you guys might want to make, is to get a helium miner. Now, is it really profitable? I don't know, because I've seen lots of people's videos, all different kinds of YouTubers, where they've had great success with these, right? And they've made a ton of helium. I've seen other people not make very much at all. So I think there's a lot more factors than just like plugging this thing in and putting it next to a window. So it depends on what area you're in, if you got trees and mountains and all this other stuff, right? Now, me personally, I live in Arizona, and I live in a very flat spot where there really isn't any hills or mountains, and I just live in a desert. So it's pretty flat, it's pretty open. So I am going to try it just by my window, and I'm going to just see how it does, and I'll try it out for a couple of weeks, and then I'll look into maybe, upgrading the antenna and, reevaluating the helium miner again and seeing if I can't generate some more profits. So stay tuned for that. So I will be doing videos covering the micro SD upgrade as well as profitability. So stay tuned for those videos. All right, guys, this is the Mining King giving you the most hashes, and I'll see you next time.